trade does not have to be a barrier to pursuing public health goals. The World Trade Organization regime, in fact, specifically recognizes public health as a legitimate, in a sense, almost exception to the general rules. And in the area of front-of-pack warning labels, the specific agreement that is relevant here is the technical barriers to trade agreement. So the idea is that if I have this front-of-pack warning label on my package, it creates a barrier to trade, potentially, right? Because now the product doesn't flow as freely as would normally be the case, because I'm only going to allow in products that have this octagonal high-end warning label. And so what that agreement says is you can have a technical barrier to trade if it is not more trade restrictive than necessary, and also pursues a legitimate objective. And health is specifically recognized as a legitimate objective. So the idea is then, okay, so health is taken care of, but is it more trade restrictive than necessary? No, it isn't, because once again, what the WTO rules say to us is the measure in question is not going to be considered more trade restrictive than necessary if that is the most effective way of securing your public health goals. Yes. Right? So the idea is you need to be working based on evidence, which very much, as I said, there have been numerous studies done now on this front-of-pack. Chile would have been the first to implement it, but as I said, here within the region, we would have had a study done in Jamaica which replicated all the results that we had seen globally. And so the idea is once you have the evidence there to show that this measure is actually able to secure the goal that you have in question, and that goal is a legitimate goal for the purposes of the World Trade Organization, then you'll be fine. And certainly what we've seen with the front-of-pack warning labels is that they take the boxes. It's a public health measure. The evidence definitely shows that it performs the best in terms of quick, accurate, and easy identification of foods high in salt, sugar, and fat.